This introduction sets the emotional foundation of Demi Moore's story by presenting her as more than a famous actress. It frames her as someone who has grown intentionally through different stages of life, learning to balance ambition with self-care. Rather than focusing only on her career highlights, this opening emphasizes her mindset, how discipline, self-awareness, and acceptance have shaped her journey. The tone invites readers to see aging not as decline, but as evolution. It highlights that Demi's confidence and vitality are not accidental but the result of mindful living over many years. By positioning her as a modern example of grace and resilience, the introduction connects with anyone who wants to live fully without being defined by age or past achievements. It gently reminds readers that personal growth is lifelong, and that fulfillment comes from honoring where you are while remaining open to who you are becoming. Early career and rising stardom. This paragraph explains how Demi Moore's early career was built on persistence rather than overnight success. It highlights the importance of patience during formative years, when recognition is limited, but growth is constant. Her early roles allowed her to develop skills, confidence, and emotional range without the pressure of immediate stardom. This phase of her life reflects a universal experience, putting in effort long before results appear. The paragraph also emphasizes how consistency and commitment helped her stand out naturally. Instead of chasing fame, she focused on learning her craft. This grounded approach laid a strong foundation for future success. The message here is subtle but powerful. Real growth often happens quietly. By staying dedicated during less visible moments, Demi built resilience that supported her later achievements. This stage reminds readers that early struggles are not signs of failure, but necessary steps toward meaningful success. Breakthrough with emotional depth. This paragraph focuses on the moment Demi Moore connected deeply with audiences through emotional authenticity. Her breakthrough role mattered not because of fame alone, but because of the emotional truth she brought to the screen. It explains how vulnerability became her strength, allowing viewers to relate to her performance on a human level. Rather than overacting, she conveyed emotion with subtlety and sincerity. This approach set her apart and earned lasting respect. The paragraph highlights that emotional intelligence is just as powerful as technical skill. By trusting her instincts and embracing sensitivity, Demi created work that felt genuine and timeless. This moment in her career shows that success often comes when someone allows themselves to be fully seen. It encourages readers to value emotional honesty in their own lives, reminding them that authenticity builds deeper, more meaningful connections than perfection ever could. Embracing physical and mental challenges. This section explains how Demi Moore's willingness to face demanding roles reflected her commitment to growth. Physical and mental challenges pushed her beyond comfort, requiring discipline, endurance, and self-belief. Rather than avoiding difficulty, she embraced it as a path to self-discovery. This mindset transformed pressure into opportunity. The paragraph shows that growth often requires discomfort, and that strength is built through consistent effort. Demi's preparation was not about proving anything to others, but about honoring her own standards. These experiences strengthened her confidence and expanded her sense of capability. The lesson here extends beyond acting. It applies to life. By choosing challenge over ease, she developed resilience that supported her both professionally and personally. This paragraph encourages readers to reframe challenges as invitations to grow, reminding them that inner strength often emerges through effort and persistence. Longevity in a changing industry. This paragraph explores how Demi Moore remained relevant by adapting thoughtfully rather than chasing trends. In an industry known for constant change, she chose alignment over approval. She evaluated opportunities based on personal values and life experience, allowing her career to evolve naturally. This approach reduced pressure and increased fulfillment. The paragraph emphasizes that longevity is built through self-awareness and flexibility, not fear of change. Demi's journey shows that staying true to oneself while remaining open to growth creates sustainable success. She didn't resist aging or transformation. She integrated them into her identity. This perspective offers reassurance to anyone navigating transitions. It suggests that growth does not require reinvention from scratch, but refinement over time. Her longevity reflects confidence rooted in authenticity, reminding readers that relevance comes from integrity, not imitation, fitness as daily practice. This paragraph explains that Demi Moore's fitness routine is rooted in consistency and mindfulness, not extremes. Movement is framed as a daily ritual that supports both body and mind. She adapts her workouts based on her needs, listening rather than forcing. This approach makes fitness sustainable and enjoyable. The paragraph highlights that discipline does not have to be harsh. It can be compassionate. By prioritizing regular movement over perfection, Demi maintains vitality without burnout. This section speaks to readers who struggle with all-or-nothing thinking around health. It reminds them that showing up regularly matters more than intensity. Fitness becomes an act of self-respect rather than punishment. The message encourages a balanced relationship with the body, where progress comes from care, patience, and consistency over time, emotional sobriety, and inner balance. This section focuses on Demi Moore's emphasis on emotional awareness and balance. Emotional sobriety is explained as releasing unrealistic expectations and accepting life as it is. This practice supports mental clarity and reduces inner conflict. By staying present, she responds thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. The paragraph highlights that emotional health directly influences confidence and peace. Demi's openness about inner work normalizes emotional growth as part of wellness. This message reassures readers that strength includes vulnerability and self-compassion. Emotional sobriety becomes a stabilizing force, helping her navigate life with grace. The takeaway is that mental and emotional care are not optional. They are foundational. This paragraph encourages readers to prioritize inner balance as a key element of long-term well-being. Holistic wellness. Philosophy. Demi Moore's approach to wellness reflects a deep understanding that true health is multidimensional. For her, well-being isn't just about exercise or appearance. It's a combination of physical activity, mental clarity, restful sleep, and mindful awareness. She emphasizes that sustainable wellness comes from nurturing the whole self over time, rather than chasing quick fixes or trendy diets. Her daily routines demonstrate intentionality and respect for her body, mind, and spirit, transforming health into a relationship rather than a rigid checklist. This perspective allows her to manage stress effectively, maintain energy, and foster longevity. By prioritizing alignment among body, mind, and spirit, Moore challenges a culture often obsessed with instant results and external validation. Her philosophy reassures readers that vitality is not a superficial goal. It is cultivated through consistent, thoughtful practices that support the entire self. In this way, she offers a calm, balanced alternative to trend-driven approaches, showing that mindful habits and self-awareness are far more empowering and effective for long-term wellness. Her lifestyle models how intentional living nurtures true resilience and lasting fulfillment. Family, as a source of strength, Demi Moore's wellness journey highlights the power of family as a source of joy, motivation, and resilience. She includes her daughters in physical activities, transforming exercise from a solitary task into a shared experience. This approach illustrates that wellness isn't just an individual pursuit. It can strengthen relationships and create meaningful connections. By prioritizing family participation, Moore demonstrates that self-care and togetherness are intertwined. Nurturing one's body and mind enhances the ability to be fully present with loved ones. These shared routines cultivate not only physical health, but emotional resilience, laughter, and support, showing that wellness is richer when it's communal. For readers, this emphasizes that well-being flourishes in nurturing, supportive environments, where encouragement and shared effort reinforce consistency and joy. Moore's example reminds us that self-care doesn't isolate. It amplifies the capacity to give and receive love. It also shows that healthy habits can become traditions that bond families, create memories, and inspire younger generations to view wellness as a shared, meaningful, and rewarding part of life. Authenticity and self-acceptance. Authenticity has been a cornerstone of Demi Moore's life and career. She chooses honesty over perfection, embracing her true self even in a culture that often prizes flawless images. Acknowledging personal challenges doesn't weaken her. It adds depth and relatability, showing that strength comes from acceptance, not concealment. Moore demonstrates that self-acceptance is an ongoing practice requiring reflection, patience, and courage. By living authentically, she encourages others to honor their own journeys and embrace imperfections as part of the human experience. This approach fosters confidence that is grounded, resilient, and enduring, rather than dependent on external validation. Her transparency allows people to see that being oneself is not only liberating, but also empowering. For readers, the takeaway is that true peace and resilience arise when we stop performing for others and start nurturing our authentic selves. Moore's life shows that self-acceptance isn't a destination. It's a lifelong practice, one that builds emotional strength, inner calm, and the freedom to live with integrity and joy. Embracing modern tools. Mindfully, this paragraph illustrates how Demi Moore approaches technology and wellness with balance and intention. She is open to incorporating modern tools like interactive fitness mirrors or digital coaching programs, not as shortcuts, but as enhancements to her existing routines. Her mindset shows that innovation doesn't replace awareness or mindfulness. It supports them. By blending traditional workouts with modern technology, she keeps her fitness engaging, adaptive, and fun, rather than rigid or monotonous. This approach also reflects her curiosity and willingness to grow, proving that learning and self-improvement are lifelong endeavors. She demonstrates that it's possible to embrace change without losing sight of core values. For readers, this sends an encouraging message. Being open to innovation does not mean abandoning your foundation. It's about making progress thoughtfully. Demi's use of modern tools emphasizes that wellness is dynamic. With intention and curiosity, technology becomes a supportive ally, helping maintain consistency, variety, and motivation, rather than overwhelming or distracting from the deeper goal of balanced, mindful self-care. Inspiring through example. This paragraph highlights how Demi Moore's influence comes primarily through her actions rather than words. She leads by example, showing that consistency, authenticity, and integrity can inspire more powerfully than advice alone. Her daily choices, whether in fitness, emotional growth, or mindful living, demonstrate her values in action. This approach makes her story relatable because it feels grounded in real-life practice rather than performance. The paragraph emphasizes that leadership doesn't require grand gestures. It often comes from quietly living according to one's principles. By honoring her personal growth publicly but gracefully, she provides a blueprint for others to follow without imposing it on them. This method of influence is subtle but lasting, showing that inspiration is amplified when it is genuine and consistent. For readers, the lesson is clear. Personal example is a potent form of guidance. Living intentionally and aligning actions with values can quietly motivate others, creating ripple effects that extend beyond immediate interactions and leaving a meaningful, enduring impact. Legacy beyond film. This paragraph explores Demi Moore's enduring impact, emphasizing that her legacy extends far beyond her acting achievements. While her career brought fame, her real influence comes from how she chooses to live, through authenticity, self-respect, and intentional growth. By modeling balance in personal and professional life, she redefines what it means to succeed, encouraging people to prioritize meaningful progress over external recognition. Her story shifts the focus from accomplishments alone to the principles behind them, showing that lasting impact comes from character, choices, and integrity. The paragraph encourages readers to reflect on their own lives, valuing consistent effort, emotional health, and authenticity as measures of success. Demi's legacy is a reminder that fulfillment is not solely about public achievements. It's about cultivating a life aligned with values, contributing positively to others' lives, and embracing personal evolution. This perspective makes her influence deeply relatable and inspirational. offering a model for living purposefully while creating a legacy rooted in mindful, intentional, and ethical living.